Welcome to the Love Government. I'm Dennis Leary. We're doing a series of videos called Sex Cards. We're now on the 36th card in this whole series of 52 cards. And we're starting a new suit in the game. A new column in the house. We've gone through the column of number, then time, space, form, and life. Now we're going to go through this column called light. We're going to speak about colors of the spectrum of light. We're going home. What does home mean? Home means who we are. It's not a particular place. Right now it's home on this earth, but it's a state of being. It means a state of being a lover, being in the love system. That's why it's called the love government, based on the love culture. It's about governing ourselves with love, not anti-love, not power, not money, not consumerism, not politics, but we're governed by love. We start the process out as an individual. And then it might or it might not connect with other people or influence the culture. If it does, it's fine. If it doesn't, it's fine. Each of us as an individual, in our freedom, makes a choice. Do we want love, or do we want some form of anti-love? The love government assists us in making a decision by spelling out the alternatives. This suit of light starts with the color red. The color is called red. Every card is entitled The Lover or La Lover, red, because it's a suit of light. We are light. Inside of us, our bodies are light, and we're also the preceding suits of number. We have numbers associated with us. We're mathematical. And we have time. We're in time. We're in space. We have a form and a mass. We have life. And now we are light. The light then is red, the bottom of the light spectrum. This card divides into two sides called red blood and red mud. There's always a poetic component here to the words. They some way rhyme off of each other. We have red blood inside of us. We're red-blooded creatures. We're mammals, in other words. We're animals with red blood. The red blood symbolizes love. Love is carried in the blood. Love is red. We have red hearts. It goes back to our understanding of ourselves as having blood inside of us. If we cut ourselves, we see immediately that we have blood inside of us. If we peeled off just a millimeter of our skin, we would see we're a bloody mess under there. So, like beauty is skin deep, right? Just take off a millimeter or two of your skin, and you'll see a bloody, horrible mess. It seems so, because we're not used to that, but it's beautiful in its own way. The blood of the love culture was evident in the monthly menstruation of the women in the culture. That's why they revered blood so much, because the blood nourished the earth. The menstruation was not a problem for them as it is for us. They had sacred rites around the menstruation. It's the red blood of life. The woman had it and she shared it with the earth through her monthly menstruation. And then when she retained the blood inside of her, she made a baby. So the people of that time, in their mentality, looking at things, the blood was powerful, powerful. And the blood is also has a connection with mud. In the Bible story, God made man by mixing clay using clay, which has a kind of a bloody look to it, red clay. So red is about the blood and about the mud. Two variations on a single theme of redness. In the love government, we want to be red-blooded lovers. We don't want to be sticks in the mud, stuck in the mud here. This picture then shows the positive side. It's called the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is riding a horse across the desert, holding a wand in his hand with a red plume coming out of the helmet. This could be a woman, by the way. The dress that the knight is wearing has salamanders on it, black salamanders. Salamanders are a fire creature, because when the people made fires, bonfires, in the old days, made the fire, if there was a lizard in there or a salamander, they came running out. So the people said, oh, whoa, whoa, what's going on? There's a fire spirit in there, and there is. Fires have a spirit to them. They attract the spirits. They attract animals, they attract us. We sit around a campfire, right? Talking, laughing, joking, cooking. Campfires, red color of them, attracted us. This figure shows the knight in shining armor, be it man or woman, riding a horse across the desert. And in the desert there are 3 pyramids. This is about the pyramids of patriarchy, like the 3 pyramids in Egypt, built by patriarchs, as symbols of their power. That's this kind of pyramid. It's saying, we're powerful. We can build these powerful pyramids. Have all kinds of theories about what the purpose of them was. And basically it was about power, to show the magnificence of the male phallus. But it turns out that it's in a desert, because that phallic program produces not a garden, but a desert. Pyramids are in the desert. It's the wasteland of patriarchy. The symbol is saying that we as lovers, as knights in shining armor, be it man or woman, are coming in to make a change. We're going to save the world. We're going to start by saving ourselves, so it's not a big political program. We're going to save ourselves. We come into the wastelands of patriarchy in order to restore it to a garden setting. We're riding a horse. Now the horse is not, in any sense, a bound-up pet. It's just a symbol of our animality, our animalness. We have an animal nature. We're mostly animal. 97-98% of our genes are just like the chimpanzees. We come out of an animal stock, and then the soul and the spirit becomes one with that. It's a very sexual sign because it's riding a horse. You're riding your own animality. The horse is a sign of sex. The woman, if this is a woman, she has her legs around the horse. She's having sex with the horse. It's a very sexual position. Riding a horse can be sexually stimulating. Not that all people want to do that, but it's in there in the symbolism. So we need to use our red-blooded nature to make a difference. If we're going to restore the world, put the world right side up, we have to be in contact with our animal nature. In other words, be red-blooded animals with a soul, with a red-blooded soul, with a red-hearted soul also. We have to use all 52 cards to be a total person. Stuck in the mud, we're going to be a stick in the mud. And that's this side, on the negative side, which is important. Both sides are important, positive and the negative, to make a battery to charge us up, to turn us on. The mud side shows a man trudging through a very dismal scene. There's icky green hills there. There's a eclipse of the sun. The moon and the sun look very sad. We we've turned the Garden of Paradise, which is we're supposed to be living in a garden. I used to see a very natural scene, a love cultural scene, and we've turned it into either a wasteland, desert, or a unpleasant, to say the least, a sticky old marsh. We've made a mess out of it, a swamp. That is what happens under patriarchy. It's called rule by the father, men, literally. First principle, first cause by the man. But that's a reversal. That's this side of the card, or the wasteland idea, which is not the way we were meant to be. The big lie is that, yes, that's the way it always was. How do we know that? Patriarchs will say, well, go back to your originating story. Look at the Bible. You say, well, I don't believe in the Bible. Well, look at evolution. Okay, what about evolution? It all started with the Big Bang. Oh, what does that mean? It means the penis ejaculated. Dummy. It's about men. It's power. The Big Bang. It's the theory of evolution. Oh, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. And that means war from the very beginning. A war upon what? A war upon love. It's a lie and a war against love. That's not the originating story at all. The originating story is the opposite of that. That story is found, by the way, in the book. At the website you can find that story. It's about the lover is the beginning of it. The lover, who is a woman, primarily and secondarily a man. The lover creates, through a natural method, a gentle, loving, natural method of giving birth from her uterus, through her vagina, and then she gives birth not just to human babies, but she gives birth to all of creation, all of the stars, all of the worlds, the sun, the moon. Everything is the lover's body in a natural birthing process. It's not a big bang. That comes later with the men. And they turn the whole story around, but we rewrite the rewrite. We turn their turnaround around. And that you can find described in the Love Government book, or an audio of how that other myth is there as the truth of nature. But that's been 99% suppressed, killed off. So the lover is about love, but the patriarchal power program is about killing. Killing in all kinds of different ways, all covered up with lying. The Love Government spells out the alternative so we can make a good choice. We choose love, or we choose anti-love, or somewhere in the middle that has that tendency. So this is about speaking truth to power. Thank you for being with us on this journey. And we thank all of the spirits and the souls that have joined us. These are ceremonies of love. This is like saying love. And we sign off then with a love sign, which is one of them. There's many love signs. And one of the signs is not the sign of the cross, which is a Roman cross, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's not, we cross that out. And we make the sign of the circle, the sign of the oval, which is the name of the lover, the mother, and the father. Ah, woman. And then we end it. Love, and more love, always. Thank you.